Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Well, today, as you've seen in the title, I have for you my collection of handbags that I have sold and why. If I have any regrets, you'll just have to wait and see and find out. And I have a fabulous reveal for you at the end of the video, and also a bonus tip on if you're selling your handbags, what you should do. So hold on for that tip. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So we have a lot of eye candy for you guys today. As I said, 14 handbags in 10 different categories. So I want to get started because I don't want it to be too long, and I want to tell you the reasons as I go along as to why I sold certain handbags, my thinking behind it. To be honest, I wanted to curate a very selective handbag capsule wardrobe collection, and I think I have managed to do that. And am I at purse piece yet? I don't know if there's such thing. I am definitely very content with my collection, but as we know, we change our minds, us ladies, as we go along, and gents. And you know, we might love our bags for 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, then get tired of them, want to level up a bit, want a change of scenery. They don't suit our lifestyles anymore and we want a change. So these are some of the reasons that I have sold some of my bags, but as I said, we will find out more of the reasons as we go along. I want to start with my number one category, which is FENDI. Now, in this category, there are 3 handbags. I have sold 3 FENDI bags. And again, as I said, the reason being, some of them were very old, some of them I just wasn't using, and I just thought, you know, it is very important to simplify what you have. If what you have in your wardrobe is not working for your lifestyle, if what you have also you're not using it, sitting on your shelf and it's pretty much redundant, well then it's just an absolute waste of money. And I think it's a really good idea to, especially in the times we're in, go in, have a look at your wardrobe, simplify it, take out whatever you're not using, sell it, donate it, give it away, whatever may work for you. My first bag was a FENDI bag, and it was the cloth croissant bag, if you remember that beautiful FENDI. I'll put pictures of all my bags here, and it was in the ZUCCA print. It was a fabulous bag. I got it back in the 2000s, I want to say, so it was a vintage bag. It was in really good condition, but I got really good value out of it. I wore it to death way back then. It was one of the little 90s, yeah, I might have got it in the late 90s, early 2000s, with the short strap, and I'd wear it on my shoulder with the little ZUCCA print and the little flap over with the little FENDI logo. Stunning bag, but to be honest, I did find myself not reaching for it, just leaving it sitting there in my wardrobe, and I just said, this is absolutely pointless, it's craziness. So I decided to sell that bag. Most of my bags that I have sold, which I did in another video, I will put it up here, Vestiaire Collective video. I have used Vestiaire Consignment Store, and they have worked out very well for me. I know for some people they haven't worked out so well, and people have had problems with them. But I think with consignment stores, as in any other store, you're going to find, I suppose, advantages and disadvantages as to how they work. They've worked out brilliantly for me so far, and I decided I just wanted to get rid of so many to level up with my handbag collection. As I said, make that capsule wardrobe and curate it really nicely. Be selective, and I just didn't want to be wasteful anymore. I just wanted to walk into my wardrobe and just to smile, which is what I've been doing a lot lately. That was my first handbag to sell. Do I have any regrets for selling that bag? No. I will say I love the ZUCCA print, and I've no ZUCCA print left in my collection, but that may change someday. We never know. You know, I am looking at things like the FENDI Peekaboo. That might be a little bit of a replacement. Not yet, because I have spent a bit of money on some handbags. So we have to be practical and we have to be wise, and that's what we try to do here on this channel. You know, we talk about luxury and we talk about style, but in a practical way. And if that's what you like, join us here. I'd love to have you all, and press the subscribe button, like and comment and everything down below. We'd love to have you here. The next handbag I sold was the FENDI Oyster bag. And this bag, again, I got about 20 years ago, and it was beautiful. But I talked in another video about handbags that are absolute deal breakers for me. And again, I will link that one. This one would have been a deal breaker if I have had the handbag experience that I have now. It was also a present, so I actually didn't buy it for myself. It was a suede bag. It was a very light color. It was like a cream, kind of a zebra print with, there's a picture here, and then with some, like, it was kind of like horsehair on it. It was a beautiful bag. It was very funky. Again, I got lots and lots of wear out of it, but it ended up pretty scruffy, to be honest, in the end, because the material, the suede, the light colors I would get bag transfer, I'd get, you know, color onto my bag, and that ended up being a little bit kind of worse for wear, let me say. So I sold that bag on, and obviously it wasn't in the best condition. It was in, I would say, fair condition, and the person that I sold it to was very happy, and they got it for a really good price. So I think that's fair enough on both parts. The next handbag I sold was my Fendi baguette. Now this handbag and the Fendi baguette is absolutely iconic. Sex and the City, we all used to watch that show, and that made it just explode all over the world. And it was an incredible bag, except my bag, again, I did get really, really good use out of it. Here it is here. It was red and oranges and yellows and really, really vibrant colors, but it was an exotic, it was definitely a collector's piece. It was very expensive with the most beautiful red lining. It was so rich looking. It was like a silk lining. And to be honest, I abused it a little bit way back in my bold days. And when we'd be out and about, I'd throw it here and throw it there. But look, I got the use out of it. I definitely did. I'm not really into the exotic skins. I prefer more classic kind of bags. This was very much a trendy bag. I mean, again, it is a vintage bag. It was a beautiful bag. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh, maybe I should have hung on to it because it was such a vintage piece and it was such an iconic piece. And it was a collector's item for sure. But in what I've done since and how I've curated my collection, I've just kind of gone, well, that's gone to a good home. It's been given a second chance. So do I have any real regrets? No, I do think about it every now and again, but that's allowed. You know, we had a big history. So that was my number 3. But in saying that, I didn't get rid of all my Fendi bags. And I just want to show you, as I said, promised, a little bit of eye candy. I did hold on to this little baby here. And I just think this one is stunning. She is a vintage piece again. I bought her in Italy, and so she definitely has sentimental value to me. And in Sicily, actually, I bought this bag, and I just love it because of the size, and it's so just darn cute. And I used to, as you can see, I'm sure there's a bit of wear and tear on this bag, but I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. It is just the most beautiful little piece. It's definitely worn on the inside and shows a little bit of, you know, life experience. But sure, what's it for? You're supposed to use them. So I did keep that one, and it is a baguette. And as I said, I may in the future, never know, reinvest and get maybe a Fendi peekaboo or something to add back into my Fendi collection. I think these videos are so much better than hauls and, you know, my favorite handbag, because it gives you guys an insight into, you know, what not to buy and learn by our mistakes over 20 and 25 years of buying handbags. And I'd love to be of value to you guys. And again, as I said, if I am being of any value, subscribe and hit that notifications bell and like the video, because I'll be doing lots and lots of videos like this. I'd love if you could do that for us. So that's my Fendi category. The next category I have for you is Marc Jacobs. And the first bag I have in Marc Jacobs is this little beauty here. It was a beautiful, and I adored this bag. I didn't want to sell it, but to be honest with you, again, it wasn't in the best condition. It was leather and suede. On the inside, it was a most beautiful beigey, suedey, mustardy kind of material. And it had the most stunning gold clasp, and it would twist, and the brass on it. It was chunky, and it was like small. It would sit on my hand. I actually loved that bag so much. But again, it wasn't in the best condition, so you have to let these things go. Be realistic. So I let that go. I don't have any regrets like that. I mean, that's a tan mini. As you know, you guys know, I'm into minis at the moment. It's another reason why I got rid of some of my bags. They were too big. And with that tan bag, now, to be honest with you, I mean, I have this little beauty here. So, I mean, this has replaced that bag beautifully. And yes, this one is a vintage too, but it's in a lot better condition, and it's convenient, and it's crossbody, which you know I love. And it has the adjustable strap, which is brilliant. I'm 5'9". This strap is off my Pochette Matisse, which again was in another video. I can link that for you guys. And yeah, I think this bag just is an all-purpose, everyday, weekend, just brilliant bag. I just absolutely adore it. It packs a punch for the size of the bag. And then the second Marc Jacobs bag I got rid of was, And then the second Marc Jacobs bag I got rid of was the Blake CALFSKIN from 2003. I don't know if anybody of you remember it, but it was this one here. Beautiful, beautiful bag. I bought it in the taupe, and again it had that chunky hardware, that silver hardware, and you know I love those chunky zips and just funky chunky zips and hardware. They're just beautiful. So I did get rid of that. It had the most beautiful lining again. It was in like a purple kind of a colour. Absolutely beautiful. I did abuse that bag a little bit, but I got the wear out of it, and I have replaced it since. This is kind of the replacement I have for that bag. My Givenchy Antigona in the mini. She has the chunky zips here and the inside, and I've done a whole other, not review on this bag, but I've mentioned it in another video, so if you want to watch that, just go ahead. It's so spacious and structured, and it's still in shape. That was the other thing with my Marc Jacobs bag. It was gone very soft, even though it was beautiful. Very soft, very unstructured. It was also very heavy, whereas that bag is not. The Givenchy Antigona is not heavy, and I am not into heavy bags anymore. I'm into simplifying my life. Now moving on to Gucci. I had the most beautiful Gucci. It was called Boston AVIATRIX was the name of it. As you can see, it had the striped straps and the beautiful brass. I'm a sucker for all the hardware. Brass all over it, buckles and closures and everything, and it was just a stunning bag. I really love this bag. The inside of it was gorgeous. It had feet on the end of it. It was brown. I got amazing use out of this bag. It just ended up being really, really big, and it lost its shape, and I just thought, well, it wasn't again in the best condition, so I let it off. And you know, with all these bags, I made the conscious decision to go, okay, I'm letting them go for a reason. You know, there is method in my madness, okay? I may reward myself afterwards. You never know. So I want to show you what I bought in place, not really in place of that bag, but it has turned out to be in place of that bag, and it is my Loewe puzzle bag. Because as you can see, they are similar shapes and sizes. They hold as much, and this bag, I actually used it the other day carrying my camera. It was a beautiful day. I went out to Howth in Dublin, and I carried this bag and put my camera inside it. And you know, we all know in the luxury, particularly community, you know, our equipment is expensive, so I didn't want to get it damaged. So I put it in here, and I didn't have a worry. As you know, there's just so much room inside, and I don't have much room or much need or use for big bags anymore, as my kids are teenagers at the moment, so they carry their own stuff now, thank God. Most of my bags are small, but on the odd occasion we do need a bigger bag, and this one serves its purpose, as I said, for my camera, for traveling, and I just actually never realized how much I love this bag. I just really, really love it. So that is that one, and then I want to show you one I did keep from way back in the Gucci category, and it is this little baby here. This beauty is like over, now I know all the 90s bags are coming back in, and this one is, I think, from possibly 2000. And I just adore this bag. Again, I just have this thing for the box leather. I think there's a couple of scratches here and there, but I'll never get rid of this bag. It is buttery, buttery leather. And again, you know, there's a little theme going here with the zips, bit of a chunky zip. But I've just always loved this bag. On the inside, it has the GG print. And the removable strap here, the silver hardware. And it's just a dote of a bag. It's a classic, and again, that's something I know that I love, is classic bags. I'm just not into bags that are too trendy. I just prefer a classic that's gonna last me forever and does the job and looks beautiful and looks elegant. And the next category we are going to head, what I've sold, is Chloe. As we know, Chloe is a beautiful brand. At the moment, they have some stunning stuff. Love the Chloe Nile bag, never bought it. A few other pieces that they have are beautiful. I had the Chloe Paddington bag, which was, again, an iconic bag. And again, I'll put a picture up here. And it was gold, metallic, beautiful. Again, I found it hard to let this bag go because memory, sentimental value. But you know, we have to get over all of that. You just can't have 60, 70 bags in your wardrobe, in your collection. I know some people do, and it's beautiful to look at, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I have a lot of bags, but I don't have that many. I just like a nice amount that I can just go, you know, every bag serves a different function. I don't particularly like to double up. I think it's unnecessary, and I just think we've all learned, you know, how to simplify our lives and just to downsize a little bit and not need so many things. And again, that was a very trendy bag, and that's the thing with Chloe, because it's a hugely trendy brand, and it comes and goes, doesn't really hang around over the years, and then your bag is left sitting redundant basically in your wardrobe. So just be very careful, because you're lashing out €1,000, €2,000 per bag, you know, most of the time. And you just need to get the value out of it, and the wear out of it even more so. So then from there, we move on to Balenciaga. Now, Balenciaga, I have had 1 or 2 Balenciagas, but the Balenciaga I've sold recently was the City Purse, this one here. And it was beautiful, burnt orange, with like a leather strap that you just literally, leather bracelet strap. So it was so handy. You'd put it on and off you go into town, about your day, off for lunch with all your little bits. It carried all the necessities that I needed. But I used it so much, it got pretty worn. So I, again, have sold it on to a lovely person on Vestiaire recently. And they were thrilled, because I actually sold it at a really good price. I actually undervalued the bag because I didn't realize, obviously the City bags were massive and really popular, but I didn't realize that this purse was so wanted as well. So this person who got a really good deal. But look, again, I'm happy. It has a second home and a second lease of life. So that is perfect. It's a win-win situation, and it allowed me to justify this purchase here, which you have seen. And obviously it only went towards it. But I bought this, and to say I love this bag, oh my God, I just love the color. I love the bracelet on it. I love the back slip pocket on it. I mean, your phone just goes in here perfectly without any hassle while it's on your shoulder, and it's elegant. Of course, I love the classic Chanel flaps, but this is a single flap, and I mean, to say the convenience is unreal. You just literally throw everything you want in there, and so I justified that purchase, didn't I? But I'm allowed. I did sell a few bags. So yeah, that was that, which was amazing, and absolutely no regrets whatsoever. The next bag is Jimmy Choo. This bag was like a teal patent leather bag. It was very big and very heavy. It was a beautiful, stunning color of a bag, and it was suede on the interior. It had beautiful zips on it, which added loads of character and a little studded detail, as you can see here. Stunning bag. Learned from that one, as I've said in past videos about material and different things. I spilt a drink inside the bag, a bottle of, I don't know, Coke or whatever it was inside the bag, and it was destroyed. I probably could have, you know, sent it off to somewhere. I cleaned it as best I could, and I let that bag go. I just donated it because it was ruined. And it was the kind of bag that I loved it when I got it first, but it was massive, and it kind of overwhelmed me a little bit. The bag wore me more than I wore it, if you get my meaning. So just be careful buying patent, and you know, even patent in Chanel and things like that. People say, you know, if you leave a magazine on a hot day on top of a patent bag, the magazine can stick to it. So just be very, very careful with materials that you're buying in bags. The next bag I sold was a Burberry. The Burberry bag I sold is beautiful. It was in your typical print, your Burberry print, and the check print that it's famous for. Beautiful bag, top handle, and I actually really love this little bag. It was so cute, and it was in perfect condition, but I had it for 25 years. It was one of my first purchases, that and the Gucci actually, and I just decided it was time to let it go, level up a little bit, and let somebody else enjoy it for a while, and gather all my little pennies, which I was doing, for my purchase to be revealed at the end of this video. And the next one is Miu Miu. It was a beautiful gold Miu Miu bag that, again, it was real 90s, noughties bag, where it was on my shoulder, wore to death again. Is a gold sequins on the front, suede on the back. Not very practical, but definitely beautiful. It brought me to a lot of balls and events and dinners and formal occasions. But obviously then the suede did get ruined on the back. I mean, not ruined. I did sell it and get, like, I don't know what I got for it. I mean, I probably paid 300 or 400. I don't know how much I paid for it. But anyway, what I got for it was only like, I don't know, 40 or 50 quid because the suede was so bad. Why I let that go is because I had also bought this. I actually forgot to show you this. I keep finding bags I forget to show you. This is a little Jimmy Choo number. So I have my gold clutch And as you know, I don't have many evening bags because I don't go to that many things in the evenings anymore, but I certainly did back in the day. This is beautiful. It has all the little leather card holders here. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 card holders. Now, put all your loyalty cards in there. Off you go to the supermarket with your little clutch. Little overdressed, but anyway. So yeah, beautiful little bag. I'll never get rid of this. It's a forever. You have your slip pocket here and a slip pocket in the back. And there's pictures of me on my friends on one of our nights out. Look at that, yeah. So you can imagine this bag has a few stories to tell as well. The next one is, I'm going to put them together, is Coach and Luella. The Coach one was a tote bag and the Luella was a very big bag with leather and straps. Luella was huge back, I don't know, 20 years ago. And again, got massive wear out of these two bags. Far too big, far too heavy. Don't need that, doesn't suit my lifestyle anymore. I've no need for it whatsoever. Don't want to be lugging around a handbag of that size. I literally want a small handbag and I want to leave room for all the other bags I have when I go shopping. You know, my shopping bags. So that was that. And the very last bag I sold was a Michael Kors. And again, it was in that beautiful tan color. I love tan, and with gold hardware. And again, look at that bag. It saw better days, and my Loewe puzzle bag fits that kind of slot as well. So basically, they are all the bags I sold. There are 14 handbags there. I did sell about 21, but the other ones I didn't know if you'd even be interested in. I just thought, look, I'll do this many. I didn't want the video to be too long. I hope that has helped you somewhat in your decision and when you're considering what you want to do with your handbag collection, how you want to curate it, give you some help and some value and some knowledge in deciding where to go, what to do. It's very hard when you're making the decision, particularly when there's emotion attached or sentimental value, or somebody gifted it to you, or you remember the time you bought it, or where you were when you bought it, or that time in your life. But I think you have to be really practical, and it is always a good idea to get somebody to help you to make the decision, and to, you know, a friend, a sister, an aunt, a mother, whoever you trust, to go yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Because when you've made the decision, you just feel lighter, and you just feel, you know, when you're clearing out and doing your wardrobes and getting dressed, all your decision-making processes are so much easier. So I'd advise and encourage anybody to do it. If you need any help, let me know. I would also like to say, if I'm going to reveal my new little purchase, if you can guess what it is, just pause the video and comment down below and leave a red heart. I'll know you even got to this far. So, after all my decluttering and getting rid of, obviously I had to have some sort of motivation to get me through, and some sort of kind of carrot to dangle to say, come on Viv, you know, you got to do this. You got to level up, and you got to use your money for something better. Can't just sit there in the wardrobe just hiding behind everything else like there's 4 handbags deep. It's not good. So I went on the hunt, didn't I? And less is definitely more, but less and better quality is even better. So I got this. Excuse me. So I got this, and as you can see, it's a Chanel. Now, it's not new, so I'm not that bad. But it is something I have just been looking for so long. I just have an absolute love for these handbags and this era and everything else. So without further ado, this little baby is a beauty. Oh, the color. Look at the color. This is my new little purchase. Like, look at the color. It is vintage, and I wanted the vintage gold plated hardware because I just adore it. There is no other quality. The quality of the new handbags, like my classic jumbo, it was a new one. It's beautiful, it's caviar. This is lambskin. The feeling of this bag, the luxuriousness of this bag is just, it's buttery soft, and like the red against the yellow. I just never thought I was a red handbag kind of person, but like the size of this as well, the size small, I adore it. It has replaced all the other bags I sold. Now I have one beautiful quality, beautiful looking bag. I mean, there's a few little marks here and there, but I mean, it's lambskin, there's gonna be. So I put this here to protect from the zip, because sometimes the zip sticks down and dents into the flap here, and I take that off. And on the inside then, as you can see, I have a little bubble wrap inside, and it is just a little stunner. So that's why I had all that motivation to keep going, selling what I sold with all the sentimental value, because I was aiming for this little beauty here, which I got from a seller in Japan, which I will link down below. Really reputable Japanese vintage sellers are amazing. They're renowned for their quality. It's also against kind of all their culture to sell anything fake. They're trusted sellers. So that is my little beauty, which I just can't wait to take for a few spins. And I love her. I love the size small. I love the buttery soft lambskin, even though I know it's delicate, but I don't care. I just love it, and it actually definitely makes me smile when I see her sitting inside on my wardrobe every day. Hi guys, just jumping on here to give you your bonus tip, as I completely forgot with my ramblings. So I have a couple for you actually. My number one bonus tip is, if you can at all, particularly with your high-end luxury bags, keep the boxes, the authenticity cards, your receipt. People love to receive the full set when buying luxury handbags. If you don't have your authenticity card, you can get your bag authenticated before you sell it, and you will get more money if you have the full set, if you have the card, and if you have the cert. So that is one thing I would recommend that you do. As I said, you will earn more money for your item. Also, if you know, to keep your bag in good condition, which obviously it will get more money again, is to use a handbag organizer. I've talked about Zumoni before. You can also use a Samorga or anything like that. Particularly with lambskin or anything that's delicate on the inside of your bag, it will protect it from makeup spillage, you know, lipsticks, lip glosses, and scratches, car keys and things like that, or your nails even. So I would highly recommend a handbag organizer. It also helps to keep its shape. Another thing I would recommend is to, when you're selling your bag, if you're not using a consignment store, I would recommend you take a video of you bringing your item, putting your bag into your box, wrapping it up, taking it to the post office, so you have proof, so that anybody, if you're selling on eBay, you have to be so careful, and they cannot say that they didn't receive the item and you didn't post it. You have proof. Take as many pictures as you can. Also, when you're taking pictures of your handbag to sell it, make sure it's in really nice lighting. Again, that will up its, your chance of getting a higher price. Also, to protect you guys from returns, negative comments, and all of that, and make your sale go kind of more smoothly, I would highly recommend that you point out all the wear and tear on the handbag, whether it be a tiny scratch or an ink stain or whatever it is. Point it out, because when the person receives the bag, they want to receive it and make sure it matches the description. If it doesn't, you're giving them, ammunition to come back and say, well, look, it's not as described and I want money off, I want to return it, and that's just an absolute hassle and waste of your time. So I would point out absolutely everything so that when they receive the bag, it completely matches the description. And again, as I said, take as many pics as possible. And if you're not selling with a consignment store, make sure, again, when you're selling your item, that you get your tracking and your insurance. I hope I brought you some value and that you can take away something and learn something from this video. And if you're, upgrading or leveling up or downsizing or whatever you're doing with your wardrobe, that you've taken some tips away from this video. If you have, please like and subscribe. I will leave more videos here. Hit the notification bell, and I will see you same time, same place next week. In the meantime, be kind, be safe, be compassionate. Lots of love.